do. Okay. Let's do something interesting. Where are you? Hello. I know, maybe I should try doing it around this time again more often. Okay, let's see. There she is. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. Do. Does this Becky have? Yeah, she does. Hello, welcome everyone. Okay, let's see if I can switch this up to something different. First, gonna make a copy of this so that way I don't mess this one up. Take away her glasses. Turn off the stuff I don't need. Build a Becky. Yeah, I was thinking of making a new model for this stream. I was working on something else. I will tease it. I'll only show a thumbnail. So I was working on this. Debating on if I should just put it up as is, or if I should make one more picture to go along with it. 'Cause sometimes I make one, sometimes I make two. Kind of depends on my mood. Kind of in the mood to make a second one, so I probably will do that after the stream. Becky, I'm thrilled. And then I've been watching a lot of animation tutorials to kind of get myself back into the mindset, so I would definitely want to work on an animation soon. But I do know I need to work on comic stuff, so don't worry, I haven't forgotten that either. And then I also need to work on a commission, so I gotta do that. Lots to do this week. Tummy day of all day. So yeah, so look forward to some Gretchen later, either today or tomorrow. Depends on what I decide to do with the rest of this. Alright. So, what do we want to do with this Becky? Should we have, like, Goth Becky or Bedhead Becky? I wonder, am I able to make a poll? Probably not. There's probably some way to do it. Down. Blah. I'm sure there's a way. Wait, is this it? Yes, a poll. Okay, so hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Create a new poll. Question. Okay, so I'm gonna put bedhead, goth. How about grumpy hungover, Becky? Yeah, I'm gonna put that one, hungover. Hungover, and let's just do 4, so one more. The poll's not even going to be that crazy, but because there's probably not that many people in here, but whatever, we're doing this anyway. And of course I can allow additional votes if I want. What's a good last one? Ooh, robot. There. So I'll allow extras. I'll let this go for like 5 minutes, that should be more than enough time. And start. Alright, so that's gonna go for 5 minutes. Had to make it hard. So yeah, there's a poll going on in the Twitch chat. Hungover. Alright, so just leave this like this for now. So I hope everyone's doing alright. Sorry for missing last night's stream. Like, I took a nap like an hour before it, and I was like, okay, I'll set an alarm, that way I wake up. And then I just either I got up and turned off the alarm, because sometimes that happens, or I just completely didn't hear it. Which most of the time I do hear it, so I probably got up and turned it off. And I just realized Becky does not have her mug next to her. There we go. Damn, you just wanted drunk, huh? Or won over, huh? I might actually have to make an entirely different picture for that, which is fine. But that'll probably be the case. Do. In the meantime, I will be announcing that I will be slowly working on weight gain drive picks, and they will be in a higher tier on Patreon or Subscribe Star. And for weight gain drives, they will remain there until they are funded publicly, which I will still keep those open for people who want to pitch into that. but I will also have the artwork on a tier, so if they don't get out, then they'll still exist. So that way they're not just floating in limbo. Kind of reminds you of a Paper Mario character. I like Paper Mario. Paper Mario was really good. I want to get the 1000-Year Door when that comes out. And then I'm debating on if I'm gonna have other artwork, because I was thinking of the Underground Collection artwork. Not the first set, because the first set was for specific people who won the auctions. But the second set, after I put them out for a while, and they, you know, last however long I put them out for, the artwork will go to this higher tier. So the artwork will not return, or if they do return, then that'll just be on my own whim. But the idea will be, after I put them out publicly and their time limit's done, the artwork will go onto Patreon in the higher tiers, where they will remain that way. So they're technically exclusives, but they're like timed public or something like that, whatever you want to call it. Public for a short amount of time. What happened to the Snake comic? I am still working on that. Public updates will be on a break for a while until I feel like the pages are far enough. And then my new course of action with that is that public pages will not update unless the Patreon Subscribe Star pages update. That way they remain separated by a certain amount of pages, at least until the Patreon one's done, and then they'll release like once a week afterwards or something like that. So that would be the idea that I want to have. I at least want there to be 4 pages of a difference. And then I want to experiment with a few other animation stuff, or even just regular picture stuff that has some animation to it. And if that goes well, after all the studying I'm doing right now, we'll see where that goes, but the idea is I'll probably either put that in the $20 tier, or it'll be a higher tier than that. Just have to feel things out with what's where when it comes to my tiers and all that and content. Okay, so Drunk Becky. I can do that. And who the hell is texting me now? Yeah, because I'm trying to base them off of how important they are, or at least, like, you know, where they are on the totem pole of, okay, this should be this tier and this tier and this tier. So since these pieces, since some artwork is going to be like a one-time thing, I'm likely just going to put them in a higher tier. So if you want them, there they are. If you don't, that's fine. They're not important. $20 tier has like the more character-specific artwork and is having the I Had Secret stuff. And then lower has, you know, the Fat Lovers Club and other sets and stuff like that. So trying to be more productive and also get more stuff to be representative of where they should be. Is it like early over there? It's noon, a little bit past noon now. Hold on, friend is texting me. And knowing them, they will probably call me shortly after that. Oh, normally I stream around that. Yeah. If that's what time it is when I stream at 9 p.m. Pacific time, then yeah, I'm likely going to do that again today, because yesterday I was supposed to stream, but now I'm making up for that. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah. But if this time also works for people, maybe I'll try to mix it up and try to do 2 in a day, or we'll see. But for now, today is a special case. But tomorrow I will resume at doing it at 9 p.m. Pacific time. And then maybe after this week I can try doing like double on one day, so like maybe like a Wednesday or something. So that'll be the idea at least. Hello, hello. Alright, so since we're doing that, let me close this. Do not save. Open, let's reopen it. So that way I have a base. God damn it, this is like one of these moments where I'm like, I gotta decline. Hold on, let me just let her know. There we go. Okay. Let's see where that gets me. Anyway, so let's open this one. Go back to regular Becky. You know, I probably don't need this open, but whatever. Let's just have this just in case. Because I mostly just need the size of the canvas. Put this on 30 just so I can see her. Because it doesn't have to be the exact shape of this, I can make it its own thing. Okay, so hungover or drunk Becky. Hold on, let me just see this. Ghost Becky. I know, right? I just put a sheet over her with her ears poking out and her tits just lifting most of the sheet. Alright. Probably make this up a little bit more. There we go. So, how do I want her? Because I kind of want her in a different pose. So yeah, I'm probably going to be experimenting with some clips to either animate something or do like an animatic with to get in some practice. And then I want to paint again as well. There's a lot I want to do, so I'm trying to make time to do it. Thinking of having her in casual clothing. So like she's like roaming around her house with like a loose t-shirt and underwear. That's basically what she'd be if she was at home. Obviously I can't show her bottoms on this, but I can definitely show her with a loose t-shirt. I do want to do the idea where I make like a more risque Becky for Picardo. Because I'm thinking of doing risque streams for Wednesdays now. Not safe for work Wednesdays or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, maybe at some point in the future I'll make a Becky that's wearing lingerie. Or just naked, who knows. But I also have to take into account that if I upload these to YouTube, there's certain versions of this I can't do. I don't know, YouTube's weird because technically they allow nudity, but it has to be in a certain way. So as long as she's not like getting railed, then it should be fine. You want to change your job? Go for it. Just do what makes you happy. Blocks of coconut nip slip. Yeah, I kind of had Becky pose there on purpose in case I decided to put a character showing a little too much. It's like, there, you can't see it. Yeah, if a job, like, it's one of those balances you gotta do where you gotta get you have to take a certain job because, you know, you just need the money and it's just the most, you know, convenient thing you can find. And then on the other end, if it's not working, if it's not something you want, it's not working out, and you have the ability to change jobs without it impacting you too hard, then, you know, do what makes you happy. No sense sticking with something that isn't working for you and you're just becoming more and more miserable over time. I gotta remember that once I do this pick, I gotta copy it and make another one. Because I gotta have her with her mouth open and then with her eyes open and closed. So this has gotta be the version with her mouth closed. Yeah, best of luck. Bags under her eyes. Gonna give her like messy hair in a bit. I should be able to copy and paste her glasses though. one of the lenses, but it can probably save me some time if I do copy and paste. Or she could just not have her glasses. She just took them off after drinking so much. Give a little blush on her. So yeah, this version cannot have her glasses on. Hey, if it works, go for it. Okay. Probably draw her head first before I do her hair. Been doing this method for a while now, so that way I can get her ears right. Because before I would just kind of draw the hair and then draw the ears. So now I've been trying to pay attention to that more. I was thinking of trying to animate Jacko's victory pose from Guilty Gear. I think it's Exerd is the one I'm thinking of. I think it's Exerd. It might be Strive. Pretty sure it's Exerd though, but no, I think it is. I think it is Strive. I was thinking of doing her victory pose with Jam. Since Jam's got the booty. Yeah, let's make this a little bit bigger. That would be haunting. That would be a nightmare. Like, if I gave Becky a nightmare, that would probably be one of the nightmares. It was just her ears and hair fell off. Now that I think about it, you gotta think about this from her perspective. Like, her family doesn't have normal ears like she does. They just have duck ears. So you gotta think about it from her side of it. Who dares? She just whips it off after her whole long day on set and character. They'll be like, alright, good job, Rebecca. And then she just takes off her wig. She's like, fucking finally. And then she just pops off, like, all over weird animal parts. takes off or like unclicks the belt that's wrapped around her waist that keeps that thick ass tail on. It's kind of one story I want to do in the future, but I gotta wait until at least after Caitlyn's comic is done to try something like that. This song is so good. Okay, let's turn this up a bit so I can see more of her. Now I'm going to save this as a different file. That way if anything goes wrong it doesn't fuck everything else up. Yeah, she just hides it a lot. And it's mostly just because of how she grew up, so she's really reserved. And she doesn't really show her emotions or expressions unless it's around people she trusts. Like if she's comfortable enough to be vulnerable, to leave herself vulnerable, then it'd have to be around someone she has a lot of trust in. Let's move this down a bit. Oh yeah, this is Bomberman Hero music. Move your hair a bit droopy. And the game's over.
The game's over.
Yep, figured. And this looks like all the effects stuff, so let's change up the music. Yeah, Blue Resort. Yeah, maybe when I'm speaking in this version, I can have her like close her eyes, one of her eyes more. Like she's like annoyed that she has to speak. Like someone told her something that make her blush. I could see Pax probably telling her something while she's intoxicated, and she like half hears him. It's like she somewhat registers it, but then she's like, "Shut up." You're like, "Oh, you look kind of cute this way," and she's like, "Shut up." No, I don't. Cinder 1,000% or 10,000%, yeah. Oh yeah, she's definitely a Cinder. I wanted to look like the way she would look if Pax like came over to her apartment and she was like drinking heavily, which is like almost every day, but she wanted to feel it this time. And she has two stomachs, so she kind of has to drink a little more than a normal person would. Let's see. Let's get this going. Like how we have all this cheery music and I'm drawing a character that's intoxicated. Yeah. Maybe I'll do a Becky pick soon. I do want to do another art set. So I'll probably look at what I have and go from there. Kind of have her a little hunched over, like she's like barely keeping herself up. This part of her hair a little messed up. Exactly, it's like her, like she'd get like this would be like her sister's ringtone, and she's like looking for her phone so she can turn it off, and then she's like too fucking drunk to turn it off, so she just chucks it at the wall. And maybe like the wall that she throws her phone at has like several dents, because this is like not the first time this has happened. Alright, let's get something longer going. Fuck it. Can't wait for the full version of the song to come out. Oh yeah, like Pax eventually gets her a phone case that just can take it. Let's move it up a bit so that way I have more room. I kind of want her hunched over. I want like one of her arms kind of dangling. No, the first songs were Bomberman. This one's a piece of Victor Chevalier's theme from Tekken 8. But like the whole song isn't out yet, so people just kind of took bits of it and try to turn it into a song. So the full song isn't even out yet. Picking this side up. So I'll probably have some of her body like this. It'll probably be covered up by hair, but I just want to put like a placeholder just in case. Realistically, it'd be like that, but we'll see what I do with it. She probably wouldn't even have her bra on at this point. Like I could see Pax coming to her apartment, and then just to check up on her or whatever, and she like looks at me, she's like, "I'm not coming to work today." And he's like, "Today's your day off," and she's like, "Oh, what the hell are you doing here?" She's probably all wobbly. I think like after a certain point she would probably just collapse. But he'd like catch her or something and she'd be passed the fuck out. And so he probably carries her to bed despite she's heavy as fuck, so he's probably gonna struggle a bit. And then once he gets her to bed, he'll probably like clean her apartment or something. Notice how many fucking empty bottles there are. Realistically, it would just all be a little low here. Do. Yeah. Do whatever he can to make sure when she wakes up that she's like feeling better. Him being nice to her is what kind of gets her flustered because she's not used to it. And that's why she also gets a little pissy about it because she's like, why the hell is he being nice? And like on one end, she just thinks like he probably just wants to keep their sexual situation going, but then later on she realizes that he like actually likes her and stuff like that, and she has a hard time handling it. Oh yeah, she is a wreck. She is definitely a project. She's almost like a I can fix her situation, but not entirely. Like you can make some progress, but not enough for her to be all positive. Get a little bit more stray hairs going. So like if she was wearing her top, Probably be like this. I would say wreck in terms of one, how she's grown up, two, how she deals with people due to how she dealt with people growing up, three, her mom, and four, just, you know, social problems that she's had due to her looks. And like on one end, she's fully aware, like, you know, she grows up in a world where we have like fucking angel people and robots and shit like that, but she still gets the off comments about, you know, her appearance because it's so not common. Because it's like, yeah, she can get away with being an amalgamate, but due to the number of traits she has, it just raises questions that she just doesn't want to hear. So she's like pretty much done. Which is why she doesn't like kids. Because she used to not only get teased during her childhood, but then she has to deal with kids constantly asking about her when she's, you know, out and about. So she just does not want to interact. And unfortunately, she needs to work, so that's why she works at a store. She doesn't exactly do anything, so trying to get an online job isn't going to be a thing unless she feels like showing off her body, but she ain't definitely not doing that. Like, she's desperate, but she ain't gonna go that far. Well, I wouldn't say desperate, but she needs money, but she ain't gonna be doing that. And we'll turn some white bet. No, she realistically can't have kids. She lays eggs due to, you know, cycles and shit like that, but aside from that, she can't have kids. Her body wouldn't know how to function properly due to everything working in tandem. Yeah, she can't have babies. Which, from her perspective, she's like, thank God. True. Though I would say, due to her upbringing, she's probably fine not being able to have kids because she just doesn't want to deal with children. There'll probably be a part of her that kind of wishes she at least had the decision. But then she'll probably just weigh the pros and cons and be fine with it. And then she's definitely not the type to have like someone be a surrogate or anything like that, so she's fine not having kids at all. I wouldn't have that. But she definitely doesn't let her eggs go to waste. She does eat them. Which is why at some point I definitely want to do a moment where she makes eggs for Pax, and he's like, "Oh, cool." And after like a while of him eating them, she's like, "How are they?" And he's like, "Oh, they're delicious." And she's like, "Oh, that's good. I mean, they came from me." And he just like pauses for a moment, and then looks down at his plate that's like already pretty much eaten, and he still has like a knife full on or some on his fork or whatever, and then he just continues eating, but for like small hesitation. Kind of like that one scene of Stewie where they get that horse and he's eating his cereal, and Peter tells him that he filled the fridge with horse sperm, but you don't know which is sperm and which is milk. And so Stewie just looks at his spoon and he just keeps going. So yeah, I want to do that with Tipax. Would she feel the same about Lucy? If she ever to become a mom, just dread the thought of becoming. She would probably be fine being an aunt, but she definitely wouldn't want to be around the kids very often. It's probably one of those situations where it's like she can deal with them in small bursts, but she's less likely to come over. And if like Lucy needed a sitter, then maybe Becky would be like, "Fine, I'll do it." And she would just, try to last the evening. Like, I can definitely see Lucy having kids compared to Becky. It's like more likely to happen. Okay, let's arch her back a little bit better than what I had. Probably be more like this. But yeah, I would say like Becky wouldn't dislike her nieces slash nephews. She'd just have a hard time. She might be a little bit bothered once they start asking her about her appearance after a certain once they get a little older. Or maybe they won't. Maybe they just think it's normal and don't even ask her at all. But I'm pretty sure they would, because if nobody else they know has her features, then it's likely to come up. But she'll do her best to get through it. Okay, if that's gonna be like that, then this side would probably be more like this. I can see Becky being the type that would call Pax to come over to help her with babysitting. And then I don't know, maybe Pax has like younger brothers or younger siblings, and so he knows what to do. Even though Becky has her sister, but it's probably not the same because Becky wasn't exactly around too much when she left home. Can also see like somebody ringing her apartment door trying to sell her something, and she just slams the door in their face. It's like, "Good morning, madam. Would you like to purchase a slam?" And then, assuming she even opens the door again and they try to sell her something, she'd be like, "Go away." I could see if they try really bugging her, she'd probably take whatever it is they're trying to sell and just bite it in half. Can probably move some stuff over. Over just a bit. boobs seem a little bit too small to me, so let's move these over a bit. It's mostly just the distance. That's better. Yeah, I can see it's, at some points she might think about being a mom, but she just ultimately doesn't think it's really right for her. So she's likely to warm up to kids due to Lucy, assuming Lucy has kids in the future. But it would definitely be difficult for her to consider doing something like that for herself, like if she were to want to adopt or anything like that. She'd probably think about it, but then just be against it. But she would at least consider it, and then she'd probably be a little bit more warmed up to it due to her nieces and nephews, and/or nephews. So yeah, Becky will have a lot of emotional moments once I focus on her more. And let's move this over. Do that in a moment. I know, right? And she's like, "Oh, great! I gotta get all motherly feelings." Who knows? Depends on how I tackle it. Because she can be completely content just, being for the most part emotionally closed off from things like that. But having Pax around will definitely open her up to more social experiences and, being okay with people. Especially when it comes to romance, because growing up, most men only saw her as just eye candy because of her features. And then once they learned other aspects about her, like, oh, this she does this every once in a while, it just made her seem more like a kink machine rather than a person. So that's why she assumes that all Pax cares about is just, getting some from her. Even though technically it would be her idea when he considers firing her, and she's often puts it up for, well, I can do this if you don't fire me, which is their original arrangement, but he ends up actually liking her. She's not bad, she's just a bad employee. Fix this a bit. Yeah. It's hard to explain with her. She's just one of those people you have to like really, really, really get to know, and who has to like really trust you to the point where they're able to open up. And even then, it's like a very hard thing to do. And like she can stick up for herself. Like if someone's trying to harass her, she can like chew their head off. But anything further than that, like anything that's like actually expressing how she actually feels about things, that's when it gets difficult. Because for the most part, she just doesn't want to feel anything. That's why she tries to keep herself intoxicated. Because she just doesn't want to deal with anything. She just wants to tune everything out. Which explains why she has loud music blaring all the time as well. Okay, this should be enough. I can kind of get started on coloring this part of her at least. It'll still take a bit of time to make a full version because I still have to make a version with her mouth open and then make versions with her eyes closed or half open or whatever the case may be for each of the frames. Could try to finish it tonight if I don't work on it more like during the day. So that might be something I'll stream later tonight. So let's do this, that way I don't have to go back and forth. What would her happiest memory be? That is a hard question. Probably like her earlier days with her mom, I guess. Like back when things weren't as tough. So probably like before she was being teased and before the constant questioning about her appearance and stuff like that. Probably turn that off. So I would say something like that would probably be like probably do something with her mom that just was just a good time. Because it's either between that or probably something to do with Max. Yeah, this is fine. Just let her have her alpha be slipping. Yeah, like maybe. I mean, this is probably still probably in the negatives, but like, I don't know. Maybe her mom took her to the circus or something, and like some asshole clown was probably teasing how she looked or something, and then the clown caught on fire. And like maybe that pissed off Becky's mom too, so they both got something out of it. And they both see the clown catch on fire, and then they both disagree, like fucking clown. Well, maybe Becky didn't say fuck back then, but that would be no. Maybe Becky does say fuck, but then she like quickly closes her mouth. But then her mom was like, no, no, this is fine. Like I'll allow it this time. And maybe that was like their good memory. And that probably doesn't even have to be one where she's like super young. That could probably be one where she's older too. Like her and her mom just go out and try to bond. And then that's like something that they bonded over, was just somebody getting their due. They both bonded over hating somebody else. Yeah, I could see that. Like they're both adults at some point. Yeah, like someone at the circus like looks at her and was like, "Oh, hey, Missy, you want a job here?" And they like just completely make fun of her. And either Becky does something about it, or just karma happens. Which I think karma would probably be better, because that way Becky wouldn't have had to instigate anything, or wouldn't have to make something happen. Oh yeah, she's probably had those kind of situations where people who are probably disabled still made fun of her, which was either like the more popular thing to do, or just for whatever asinine reason. She is technically disabled due to all of her medical problems and physical problems. But she functions properly, so she's able to, have a normal life for the most part. And she has to worry about bodily functions and stuff like that. And I could always say, like, most doctors thought she wasn't going to live due to all of her different species, organs functioning the way they do. So they're like, okay, she's probably not going to live past whatever. Decades later, she's like, I'm still here, bitch. It's like, I lived, bitch. Part of me was thinking I should have one of her ears drooping, but I'm like, nah, this is fine. She already looks like she's done. She's like, it's 6 in the morning, I'm already done with my day. You were just thinking that too. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it. It's not like it's a big deal. Let me just turn this off so I can see what I'm doing. And there's like so many situations that she could probably put Pax in. Like she lets him in after she's all drunk and stuff. Then she like falls over her couch or something and she just falls to sleep or just passes out. But it's like face down, ass up type of scenario. And Pax is just looking at her ass, just going like, Jesus, Becky. And then, I don't know, maybe that pisses off Becky later on where she's like, why the hell didn't you fuck me? And he's like, what? But yeah, Becky's the type where it's like hard for her to open up, and then she attempts to try to make it work. So like if she starts dating Pax, she'll like try to be a good girlfriend, I guess would be the phrase for it. Like she'll try to like, you know, make him breakfast or something. Just she'll like try to think of like things that girlfriends would do because she's never like been committed to a relationship. So she's like, fuck, what do I even do? And so she'll just think about, you know, the typical stuff that she is aware of. Or, you know, things that, you know, she would think about, like, okay, most people would do this. And try to make it work and not make it awkward. Like I could see her trying to be sexy rather than just be herself. Then after a while, she'll just get annoyed and just be like, he's like, God damn, fuck this, and like, hey, let's just bang. Yay! Happy birthday. Well, I know your birthday was the other day, but still, happy birthday again. And we'll just erase this part. go. There's some envy. Might call it for now, but I'll definitely work on this more, either off stream or for tonight's stream. But definitely want to get this done tonight or today. Yeah, I think I'll call it for now. But here she is so far. Just kind of like not having it. Like, this is the kind of look that she has where she like opens the door and someone's just trying to sell her shit, and it's like way too fucking early. And she's just looking at it and going like, "Are you fucking serious?" I know, right? When I feel tired or fucking hungover from drinking, which is gonna be a while before I ever have a drunk stream, because I rarely drink. Yeah, this will be fun. But yeah, I'll call it for now, but I'll definitely work on this more. I may be posting later today of either the Chica artwork that's not funded yet, they'll put on a higher stream, and as well as the Gretchen picture that I was working on. So if I make those higher tiers, I'll definitely announce them, of course, because that'd be dumb of me not to. But yeah, you guys have a good day / night, and I will see you again tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific time. So yeah, exactly. So yeah, you guys have a good day, and I will see you again later. Okay, bye bye.